Hey Pokemon Masters, Birdkeeper Toby here, and okay, since the beginning of the year, I've wanted to kind of reintroduce myself to you, let you get to know me, by just telling you something fun, like my top 10 favourite Pokemon of each region, and we're a few regions in now. And yeah, you know, it's always fun to talk about the Pokemon we like. It's also fun to talk about the Pokemon we dislike, and the Pokemon that we hate. So, starting today, I'm beginning a new series, just an extra couple of videos to come out to you, my least favourite Pokemon of every single region, starting with Kanto. But, to give it a little bit more flavour, I'm adding in the regional variants, I'm adding in the Mega Evolutions. Maybe you think that's wrong, you let me know your list in the comments. What are your least favourite, and why am I wrong? You know, those are always my favourite comments to read. Why am I wrong? Don't worry, I'm sure you wouldn't leave a comment like that. You're lovely, it's everyone else. With that being said, here we go, least favourite 10, starting off with number 10, it's not terrible, but you know, I don't love it either. Tangela. Ah, Tangela, a very forgettable Generation 1 Pokemon. I like Tangrowth. I think Tangrowth went to some really cool places, but Tangela, you know, I think about Gen 1, I get all nice and nostalgic, and I never think, oh yeah, Tangela. In fact, I'm pretty sure that if I was ever made to do one of those things where I had to type in every Generation 1 Pokemon's name, Tangela would be the one that I forget. I don't hate Tangela by any means. It's just a very, like, oh, it's their Pokemon, which is a shame. Because I think there should be this real kind of mystery about Tangela, like, ooh, what's behind the vines? What creature lurks within there? But actually, it's just, I don't know, as more time has gone on, the less interested I've been to find out. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Tangela. Thanks for your participation, T. Right, number 9, G-Max Eevee. Look, who doesn't love Eevee? And who doesn't love the Eeveelutions? Talking about which is your favourite, Jolteon right now, I think, maybe Espeon, I don't know, they're all great. Glaceon's pretty good as well. Do you know what? I like all of them. Apart from you, Leafeon. You know what you did. But G-Max Eevee just feels like a kind of a wasted opportunity a little bit. Don't get me wrong, Gigantamax Pikachu isn't too much better, but the fact that it kind of embraced Pikachu's heritage as just being a little bit chunkier, I gotta love that, I gotta respect it. G-Max Eevee though, I don't really get what it's doing. It's just more fluffy, with its fluff turned upside down. It doesn't work for me, and I just feel like I would have rather had a new Eeveelution. Yeah, straight up. This was a missed opportunity. I would have rather had a new Eeveelution. Don't get me wrong, I don't know what I would have done for a G-Max Eevee, and they had to have one, given that these were pre-order bonuses, or not pre-order bonuses, but they're bonuses that you get if you've had Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, so if they were gonna have Pikachu, they had to have Eevee. I don't know what I would have done differently, but this would not have been it anyway. Number 8, Mega Aerodactyl. Come on. It's a beard. It's a rock beard. And why? This did not make... Was that... Okay. Was the intention to make Aerodactyl look cooler? Like, kind of demon-like. It's got the devil's beard. It's got the jagged... No! You just look stupid, Aerodactyl. I'm sorry. Aerodactyl is such a cool Pokemon. It's the king of the original fossil Pokemon. In fact, it's the only fossil Pokemon to not have an evolution. Giving it a Mega Evolution is smart. It's on Lance's team as well. What ancient dragon might this have looked like? Not that. That's not cool. What is that? Mega Aerodactyl, in my opinion, is in no ways cooler than just regular Aerodactyl. And for this reason, it's here on the list. It does give me a good laugh though, which is why it's at least not as low down as number 7, Mega Mewtwo X. I will give the Pokken version a pass because it looks evil and terrifying and cool, but Mewtwo's whole thing is that it is a psychic powerhouse, that it uses the power of its enhanced mind to control things around it. So the fact that there's a fighting type version just doesn't really make any sense to me. It doesn't work for me. On top of that, I just think the design of this Pokemon looks a little bit hideous. Its leg, hang on, I gotta look at a picture. I'm just gonna look at a picture quickly, just to kind of give me the inspiration to hate on it for a moment. Mega. By the way, I don't actually mind that much. It's just Pokemon opinions. Like, if you like it, that's fine. But what are its feet doing? Why is it walking on its hands like Sebulba? Mega Mewtwo X is not the way forward for Mewtwo, especially when Mega Mewtwo Y exists, which hits the nail on the head exactly. I know they were going for an alternate, right? They wanted, okay, so here's the brain one, here's the brawn one, but here's the thing, Mewtwo didn't need a brawn one. It's never been about brawn. Mega Mewtwo X, I'm sorry, you are on my bottom 10 list. Number 6, another classic Kanto Pokemon, Paris. I do love the lore behind Parasect. I love the whole thing about it being parasitically controlled by the mushroom on it. I think that stuff is creepy and leads to some really cool YouTube videos. But Paris, you know, I kind of think you get it too late in Kanto. I feel like maybe it should be in Viridian Forest, or at least just outside of Mount Moon. By the time you're into Mount Moon, you're moving beyond bug Pokemon. I just think between the pesky Beedrill, the very classic Butterfree, and the powerful Venomoth, Paris and Parasect get kind of lost as bugs in the Kanto region. And in fact, they get lost as a grass Pokemon as well, because they're up against Victreebel and Venusaur and Vileplume. I just think Parasect kind of doesn't fit in Kanto. Maybe if it had started in another region, it would be doing a lot better, but personally, I just find it, again, a very forgettable entry in Kanto. And out of the many times that I've explored the region, I've never been compelled to get one. Sorry, Paris, I know you're just trying your best. Number 5, Alolan Grimer. Okay, look, I like Grimer, I like Muck, and sure, Alolan Muck is fine with its very, odd color palette. It's fine, but Alolan Grimer is literally just a shiny Grimer. When Alolan Forms came out, this was the first time that we were seeing regional variants. They're an opportunity to do something new and exciting, new being the key word. And this time I just think they missed the mark a little bit. It is that level of almost unoriginality, which is why I feel the way that I do about Grimer. I think usually I would like a shiny form of a Pokemon if it then like ties into the lore elsewhere. For example, Shiny Giggler, you can imagine that it's composed of different rocks and minerals, and you know, Alolan Grimer just looking like Shiny Grimer, instead it feels less about the lore and the world that they're building and more just like, oh, what if we took a Shiny Grimer and added some dribble around its face? It's just not for me, not my favourite Alolan form. Although there is another regional variant that's going to be on this list in a minute. But first, number 3 on this list, Spearow. Much like Paris being outclassed by other bug and grass Pokemon, Spearow is outclassed by a single Pokemon, Pidgey. If I'm ever like, yeah, I want to get an early root bird Pokemon, I always go for Pidgey. I always get Pidgey and go into Pidgeot. And maybe it's just because it's a 3-stage evolution and Spearow is a 2-stage. And I also think Fearow's design is a little bit uninspired as well. It's just a bit bland, as many Gen 1 Pokemon honestly are. You know, Seal's literally a seal, Zubat's literally a bat, and Fearow is not an exciting reward at the end of the evolutionary chain for me. Spearow is just a Pokemon that I'm never, ever, ever going to pick up and catch. I get that in the animated series, it's kind of got this depiction as being a little bit more aggressive than Pidgey, but that is not enough to set it apart for me. Speaking of not being set apart, well, number 2, Alolan Dugtrio. So this time it's the exciting part of the new and the exciting part I want to emphasize, because yeah, a new regional variant should be a very exciting thing. And a Dugtrio with hair is just confusing. I'm really sorry to be so negative, everyone, but Alolan Dugtrio, if there's a joke there, I maybe laughed at it like once going, huh, oh, that's what they did? Okay. Would have preferred that they did anything else. Look, when you are hanging on every new little bit of Pokemon news and you see all the regional variants as they get announced and they're coming out, you're really hoping that they're going to take an existing design and turn it into something incredibly creative and cool. So when you just see a Dugtrio with hair, and yeah, I know there's like reasonings for it. It comes from a certain kind of Hawaiian grass and that's what the hair is. It's really grass. Like, I don't care. That doesn't do it for me. Alolan Dugtrio is not, in my opinion, a good revision of Dugtrio. Now, before I get to my number 1, the worst Pokemon of Kanto, first of all, let me know how you feel about this kind of video in the comments, because look, I mean, on the one hand, I don't like being this negative. On the other hand, kind of love being this negative from time to time. It's just something different. I love Pokemon, that's why I do the top 10 list. This is just something to separate it, to keep it apart. But if you feel like I'm hating on your favorite Pokemon too much, obviously let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll tone it down a little bit next time. But here we go, number 1, my least favorite of all Kanto Pokemon, Rapidash, and following that, Galarian Rapidash. Look, I've always kind of had an issue with Ponyta and Rapidash anyway. They're kind of a little bit bland for me, just horses that are on fire, and I get it. Like I said before, a lot of Kanto Pokemon are like that. Zubat, Seal, I mentioned Spearow and Fearow, but Rapidash and Ponyta really are the very, very base of that for me. I think again, there's just a lot of Kanto competition with Growlithe and Arcanine and Vulpix and Ninetales, and Ponyta and Rapidash feel like the left out third younger sibling. I just never particularly want to get hold of those, but then I was even more disappointed because I saw Galarian Ponyta and I thought it was cool. I actually thought thought it was awesome, possibly the best Galarian form. And Psychic Fairy type, like what kind of thing could this evolve into? Almost definitely a Pegasus, right? We've never had a Pegasus Pokemon before. This is it. This is the time. My expectations are really, really high and, oh, it's just Rapidash again with a different skin. Where's the creativity gone, guys? For me, Galarian Ponyta is exactly what an adaptation, a new version, a new exciting version of Ponyta needs to be. It adds this new flair to the Pokemon in a very exciting way. Rapidash, however, massively misses the mark. That is just my opinion. This is all just my opinion. You're going to have to let me know what you think, of course, in the comments. Who are your top 10 least favorite Kanto Pokemon as well? Should I go through and do all the regions? Is this too much negativity? Seriously, is this too much negativity? I want to be a beacon of joy here on YouTube, but if we're enjoying it, then let me know, of course, in the comments. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Soar high, Pokemon Masters.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeeper Toby. That makes you a Pokemon Master.
And a massive thank you to those of you supporting me on Patreon right now, including the big patron of this month, Gunnar Clovis. Thank you, heroes.